What you're looking at behind me is it's the moon if we take out all the landmass and just focus on where the craters are. So these craters, all these are little bitty craters, right? And what I've explained, and when I first started my page, I went through everything and I explained, and the long-term members will get this very quickly. But let me really quickly take you through it. So everything that exists that is alive is a doubling of the cell. So a cell divides by 2, and then to 4, then 8, then 16. And it's a specific energy signature. Every single thing that exists has an energy signature, an energy flow that goes through it. Just like the 369 is a different energy flow. That's the 2-dimensional one. Or I'm sorry, the 4th dimensional one, but it's a 2-dimensional overlay. So everything has an energy signature. And so first I took you through, we went through Crater Earth, and we talked about how all the craters that are on the moon are actually impressions or reflections of stars or celestial bodies. And then I went through and we looked at where and laid out where on a star map of where some of these different craters aligned. And then we show you exactly where the Earth crater is. Then I showed you a video of the South American scientist that sent the weather balloon out on a submarine over by Antarctica. That's one of my pinned videos. And it shows you the exact shape of the Earth, and it shows you the land mass. It's about the size of Australia behind Antarctica. And that was done with the weather balloons. And then we look at the crater Earth, and there's a number of videos that go through this, but essentially it shows you that crater on the moon, the exact crater, is the exact match of the South American scientists that did the land mass with the weather balloons. They're identical matches. Then we went through, and so going back to the energy signatures, I explained to you what stars were, and I said that every single realm has its own energy signature, energy flow. For us, it would be the phi spiral, right? So, and I explained that when we look up in the night sky, why does Polaris never move? It never moves because it is the center energy signature. Remember when the Russian airplane flew over and you see that hole with the translucent light all coming out of it? That light is shooting straight up, and that's Polaris that you see in the night sky. And I told you every realm would have its own energy signature shooting straight up. So they would all think that they're in the center of the universe because they would actually never move. They would always have a North Star. Every single realm would, because they have their own signature. And then I explained to you that the reason like Polaris is all cymatic-y in all these different shapes is because it is a synergy or a energy shooting straight up out of a realm. All those types of stars are that way. And then when I went through and I talked about our sun and how our sun is a perfect circle, it's not all these cymatic shapes. And I explained to you what is happening there is it's a black hole light, and it's black light. And how do you get white light? It has to reflect off water. What's it reflect off when it comes near Earth? It's reflecting off the plasma field, which is another form of water. That reflection of black light on the plasma field creates the white light, and that's how we have a white light sun, yellow sun. That's how that works. And so when I went through all that different stuff, and then I also told you that I discovered the Terra Infinita map before I ever knew it existed, because I figured out that if all these craters made straight lines coming out and everything is on one plane of existence, that they had to be all around us, and they would be positioned where the constellations or the celestial bodies were. And that's why I told everyone that the moon itself is a celestial map of the cosmos, of the universe. And so tonight I was watching, the Y-Files on YouTube, and they were showing pictures of craters of Mars. And I started thinking, holy shit, what if these are all the exact same as what the moon is, and we just see, and if we were to align those, maybe all those actually align up the exact way that the moon does, because all you're looking at here are crater impacts, but these align with celestial maps. And if you looked at, I think one of my pinned videos, it actually shows it. And then I started thinking about Earth. And so we have 190 known impacts, but they say there should be thousands more, or even millions more because of erosion. A lot of them are in the ocean. You have mud floods, you have floods, all these different things that bury things. So it would be very easy for there to be way more that were here or present, or maybe they're buried, but they could be everywhere. But I was wondering, for us, the ones that, so it would just be the constellation that would hit our landmass, right? Because essentially the universe is a reverse negative. It's like a photo. But it was something to add to the theory that we've been discussing, at least when I first started my page. I know I've been going and talking about the Metatronic system and all that lately, but I wanted to get back to a little bit of the cosmic astrology and kind of the stuff I was talking about when I first started my page. But I know for some of you, this is going to sound absolutely nuts. But if you take the time to go through and watch things in order, you'll start to see it make sense. I first got the idea of the crater by watching, the creator's name was Galstamade or something like that. But they've pulled it off of YouTube, and you would have to actually, search for it on the internet. And he does still create content. I think maybe on Rumble or something like that is where I found it recently. But anyways, something new to add to the theory that we've been building on. And hope you have a blessed day. Namaste.